All right, yeah, it's on. So guys, thank you. Yeah, thanks guys for coming out tonight to East Sydney, and good to see you all again. We showcased Alice 2 months ago at the East Sydney in Sydney Blockchain Center. And since at that point it was a proof of concept, just a build to see if this can be done and what people would think about it. And since then, Hal's come along on the Alice team, and just, I call him the Chinese dragon now, because this guy is just like an insane animal when it comes to programming in iOS. And we've built what is now proving the architecture and almost ready for launch. It's really exciting times. It's only on iOS now, but we want to be expanding into the Android ecosystem. And what Alice is, for those of you who don't know, who weren't here at the last meetup, it's our focus on Web3 mobile. It's taking Ethereum or Web3 applications into the mobile realm with a mobile experience rather than if you're familiar with crypto wallets today, rather than the dApp browser experience you're used to, which is a bit of a clunky user experience and doesn't give you the full mobile experience, as you would with a native mobile application. So we've built a way to kind of bridge the gap between web developers who are building purely web applications, and they can now easily move into the mobile realm. I'm gonna take Dao, I'm gonna give it over to Hao, so he can show you the first few features that we built with Alice. We're just gonna go straight ahead into demoing. We are coders, so we're not like really great at presenting, so we're just gonna show you what we built. So yeah, Hao, you can take it.
Hello everyone, and I'm Hao. So today we're gonna demo like 6 major features in Alice. So I'm gonna do the first 3 features, which is the browser and Wallet Connect and QR scanner. And after that, Mark gonna demo for the mini program and the EMS and notification. So let's get started. Yeah. So basically here is our the app screen. So we have like 3 major screens. One is for the mini program, and the second was for your digital asset, and the third one is for your transaction. So the browser is in the right corner of the mini program pages. So yeah, we can go to the group keys. Yeah, sign it, and here's the sign message. Yeah, because we have this attached. So we sign it. So let's go to the next slide. We would like some tokens.
So that is the process. That's the process what Howard just showed you of how you would sign into a Web3 application. And I do want to say thank you a lot to Alpha Wallet for their dApp browser code. I mean, the power of open source. You guys, we reference your code a lot, and it was really helpful.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that you, James?
Yeah.
Because that's the meaning of the open source. Because Alice is open source as well. So we don't want people to do the redundant stuff. So in here, in sign transaction, so users can easily to change the gas fee. So this time I choose fast, and then I go to swap the tokens.
That is, yeah, we just swapped on mainnet Ethereum to DAI.
Yeah, it is impending. So one of the cool features I would like to show you in our dApp browser is like you can pin the browser. So it can be like a circle, and you can, it doesn't matter, you can go to the other page as well. But yeah.
So while your transaction is pending, you can just while your transaction's pending, you can just swipe to the left and just pin your application and keep it there so that you can constantly like keep checking on the pending status of your application, which is maybe a good blockchain user experience for that.
Yeah, if you don't want it, and you just drag it and put it here, so it's where this bit. And next, we're gonna show about the Wallet Connect.
So Wallet Connect is a way to connect your web app to your mobile wallet. It's kind of like a replacement to MetaMask. So essentially, you can access a website that is using Ethereum cryptocurrency anywhere in the world. If it's on your friend's computer, if you're in the airport and you want to make a transaction through a web interface, you can, and you have your mobile wallet on you, you can connect your wallet to a web app. And you can, sign up via mobile wallet, and then we'll show you the Alice screen alongside of this whole process.
So I press approve, and
yeah, and just like that, you've now connected your mobile wallet to your web app.
That's really cool. I've never seen that before. That's awesome.
Really. It's not how we just integrated
No,
it.
the most beautiful thing is you want to keep your keys with you on your phone. You don't want to have to install MetaMask and do all that crap That's awesome.
Yeah, I think this is like one of the next biggest things to come to crypto. That's why it's amazing. Confirm. So that is our wallet, and then we just slide this on that for a bit. So the other thing now is like you've now connected your wallet to this browser. So how do we now interact with the blockchain? So this application allows you to send crypto through an interface. So I'm just gonna copy an address I have here. Cool. So I'm gonna send crypto through this web apps interface, just a small amount, and send it off. Oh, oops.
so they will never alert in our wallet. So we can say we want to send it or not. So we'll send it. Yeah. So we can actually sign the transaction through our phone, and this works.
So we just send the transaction over. And can you stop spending my money, please?
Yeah, it's in the minute. So. Yeah. So the last feature is I will show you like in the token screen. So actually you can directly send money to address through the QR code. Yeah. So you type all your tokens like yeah. So in here I can scan his MetaMask address. So his address will be in here, so I can confirm. So it's the same to the same transaction. And once if you want to send tokens, is
Yeah, cool. I'll demo this in the mini program. So.
yeah.
Cool. Thank you. I'm in love with Alice too. Alice? Who the fuck is Alice? Okay, cool. So, yeah, DAO, I keep calling it DAO. How is a man with many hats, what can I say? So that was a lot of like the crazy features that How has built. And the funny thing is, the DApp browser, I was like, how long do you think it will take to build this DApp browser? I'm not even joking. Like, he came in the afternoon, and by like 10 o'clock at night, he built this DApp browser that was like basically working. Wallet Connect. Yesterday, I asked How, hey, what do you think about connecting Wallet Connect in the app? He's like, I'll check out the code and see how it is, whatever. And now today we're demoing Wallet Connect, so it's kind of like, guys are gone. Mini dApps. Now this is the kind of unique value prop that Alice really started off with that we showed at ETH Sydney. And this is the way of like experiencing mobile applications in Web3 without having a really clunky user experience. It's all native applications, all within one wallet. And I'll also be demoing ENS and push notifications as well. So I'll get right into it. Cool. So you can see within your wallet, the idea in Alice is just to get out of the way of the user, is to give a holistic experience for someone so that they're like absolutely sucked into the rabbit hole, if you want to say, and they're in someone's experience rather than ours. We just assist and help along the way where needed. So that's why we built the dApp browser to be the way it is. If you can see a user has like a full holistic experience of a website. But with native mobile applications, you get a little more than a dApp browser. So I'll show this talk is gonna go in between like developer talk and user talk because it's an app for developers to bring users a great experience. So this app called the Biddle app, you can see Alice has got a little pic and she's building an app. Is basically all of the features you get access to when building a native mobile application. So you can see you've gone completely into a new experience and now you're absorbed in the Biddle app. You get access to tab navigation, you get access to a map SDK, you get access to a camera, and this camera has like QR code scanning. You get access to the front and back camera. It's not like that clunky dApp browser experience where you have to access the camera. And within this application, you can get the address of the wallet, you can transfer ETH, you can send a transaction. Sorry if I'm going too fast. Another cool feature is like sending a transaction with a window inside of it. So this purple window can be anything you want it to. It can be like a CryptoKitty, it can be a picture, it can be text, it can be any image you want it to be to assist. Like it's kind of like a shopping cart. If you buy a handbag on Revolve, you kind of want to see that you're purchasing that handbag. And you can sign messages. I'll just show you like what the raw sign message looks like. So there you get back a signed message. You can send tokens. You can send you call a smart contract. And the cool thing about calling smart contracts in Alice is you can actually see the function you're calling, how much value you're sending, and the parameters that you're sending to that smart contract. You can read from a smart contract, and you can also get the balance of your Ethereum wallet. Yeah, so that's all the features you get access to as a developer. So if you want to build a mobile application within Alice. So one cool thing that happened is we approached DAOstack. I don't know, anyone familiar with DAOstack in the room? So show of hands. Interesting. And to build out their mobile application. So they're now on board, and I will show you the app that's in development. And we've made a proposal to Foam to build out their application. And you can go on the map, and this is actually in Sydney. These are real places. It's kind of like the decentralized Google Maps, you can say. And you can view all these points of interest and view the descriptions about them. It's you know, kind of going to be like the next decentralized Google Maps. And I'm going to demo to you guys like push notifications because we were talking with Sigma Prime about building an end-to-end messaging application to a smart contract. And I've been, talking with them, working a little bit on this thing, and it's, I just kind of like got carried away. I really liked the idea and was like, I'm going to build an Alice mobile app to match. And if you have a look on Alice and see what happens like when you're in the app, you can get push notifications, and these push notifications are particular towards your application. So I've kind of built an interface that just sends push notifications, but this could be like an actual notification. There we go. So we get a message from E2E, which is the messaging app in our platform. We tap on it, and then it navigates straight to the E2E platform, and you can see like messages from other people. I think the messages aren't coming through for some reason, but yeah. That's the notification side of things, which route you to your actual application in Alice. And if I want to send a message to someone, anyone have a ENS name in this room? No ENS names? Like Lighthouse.f. So I'm going to send a message to lighthouse.f.
You send us email instead?
I think I'm drained from and you can see, you do have an ENS name, and I'm going to send a message now to Lighthouse. Very like in Inception stuff. You guys go to Berlin? Go to Berlin. And then send that off, and you can see this is it's a smart contract function. So it's calling send function. We're not sending any value, sorry, Mehdi. But yeah, you can see the actual public address of the smart contract there. And yeah, we're just gonna send that off. Insufficient funds. Well, now you can see our really awesome error messaging in the app. So yeah, that's actually cool. I'm glad that errored out. And yeah, I'll just do one more demo of getting a notification from Foam. So the reason why Foam found this so attractive is because when you do put a point on the map, it's in a public forum and people can vote against that point if they don't like it. And you can lose all of your money if you're not paying attention to it and keeping up with the voting schedule that happens. So you can get a notification on Alice, and it says, in the app that's Foam, someone has challenged a point of interest. You tap on that, again, it navigates to Foam, and then you can send some data through, and it actually shows your challenged point of interest inside of the application. So you can do all sorts of crazy cool things with push notifications and native apps inside of Alice. And I believe that is it for now. How much time we got?
5 minutes if you want.
5 minutes? Cool. All right. So we've demoed pretty much all of the features of Alice to you guys so far. And yeah, now how you can run them through the architecture.
All right. I think why is failed because I spent all your money in your very efficient dollars. So that's why it's failed. Yeah. So basically, we except these 6 major features, we support only change currency and change your network, those kind of standard, or replace your net or replace wallet, or you can put your new phrase on net, replace this one. So yeah. So my next topic gonna talk about the architecture, about the inside of Alice. So so right now when you see the graph, in top of that there's mini programs, and this is mini program that was implemented in React Native, so which was using JavaScript to do that, and the next layer of the Alice is going to be Alice SDK, and this SDK was purely JavaScript. So this kind of JavaScript, so Mark's going to do that. So the other users, they don't have to deal with the bridging between native and the React Native. They just have full experience from JavaScript. So they don't have to have any knowledge about native development experience. So that's the point. So why we build SDK. So yeah. So and also one of the good things once the developers who make that mini apps, and because for React Native it's cross platform, so you don't even have to do the coding again for Android. So once you have done that in iOS, it's 100% will run in Android as well. So yeah, so that's the way I just want to reduce the third-party developers they work involved. I don't want to do 2 kind of platforms. So just one cross platform. Yeah. So people ask me, why are you choosing React Native? Because React Native, when we talk about React Native, we think about it's cross platforms, and yeah, it's shit. Because compared to native experience, because when you do apps in native and React Native, you will find out native experience is way more better than React Native. And the React Native have a lot of kind of weird errors, and you have weird bugs. So actually, in right now the market, they were like the other like kind of famous course platforms quite popular. Like for example, like Flutter and Ionic. Yeah. So, but the reason why we choose React Native, there are for 5 reasons. The first is most of developers, they know JavaScript. So JavaScript is an easy language to learn. Like for Flutter, you have to learn like Dart or something. Like, yeah, it's not like easy one. It's not so popular. And second thing is like most of the dApps in blockchain, the website they already was using React. So moving from React to React Native is easy. It's not that hard because majorly the code style is everything the same, like 80%. So and next thing is about the hotfix. So once you had a bugs inside your mini program. So basically, for native apps, you have to launch a new version, and you have to put that in the App Store, and you might wait for a review for like 1 month, 1 week or something, for like review for several days. But through JS, so actually you can do hotfix. So once it's just like website, so you find a box in the website, you can change it directly. You don't have to wait for Apple process for that. And the third thing is the mini program store. So you might get confused in this part. So it's like actually in Alice in the future it's going to have a kind of list of our reliable dApps inside of Alice. So users, they can choose whether they want to download this one or they don't want to download this one. Like we can't like enforce users to download hundreds dApps when they download Alice. So user can choose whether he wants to download it or he don't want to download it. So and this one can be dynamic as well because we are using JavaScript. So JavaScript they have like code push. And third thing is for security. So the security side I'm gonna talk about that later on why using React Native is secure, but not React Native is secure because the for our structure. Okay. So basically, right now in native side, because right now we just do iOS part. So I was using Swift, but Max was using React. But we can't directly call each other function from Swift to React. We need kind of like bridging. So in this kind of bridging, it's kind of wrong way to do that. So firstly, I have a write function in Swift. Then I have named it as an Object-C function. And in Object-C function, React Native can get it. And then in Mac, can call the native modules and finally get a function. So it's a long way, but it's a bit complex. But for us, it's fine because also in this way, it's kind of secure. So why we not choose one language to do that? I don't want like third party like developer, they can directly access like user private key or something. Because there was no way, because in this structure, there was no way to do that. Because they can only access the function I explored out. And that function won't be like, the function we showed you before, like get address and get balance. So it's not going to show user private key. So these kind of things is making things more secure. Yeah.
This is the actual like line of conflict between me and Dao on a day-to-day basis. Is connecting React to his Swift code. We bump head constantly, had many fights, but
this is a fine line between love and hate sometimes, So yeah, we have just started a Telegram group. We were in stealth mode for the last 2 months, just building, smashing our heads against the computer. If you want to scan this QR code with your camera, it will take you directly to the Telegram group. If you guys have questions or if you just want to keep up to date with what's going on with Alice, we'll be pushing everything through here. We'll be heading off to Berlin if you want to keep in touch with the adventures we're having over there. If you're going to be over there, we would love to hang out. And thank you guys for listening and tuning into the talk and having me. And it's been a lovely night.
a couple of quick questions. Anyone have questions already? Yep. Pass the mic down.
What's up? Nice presentation, thanks. What was the rationale behind using the smart contract for the messaging system, just out of curiosity? But yeah.
I think
Chris is probably the best person to answer this. So, he's not here. Second. Yeah.
So the rationale behind using the smart contract, essentially, what we want to do is we want to have like a secure messaging app from address to address. Having the history and everything, we need some way to keep it, and we don't want it to be just like sending constant transactions to everyone. So the smart contract essentially just handles, you send it a message, and that's going to be your history of your account. It doesn't really have a lot of functionality. Like I said, I don't know too much about the smart contract side, but yeah.
The main reason is because you can send a message to an address and encrypt the message using their public key. And then only the owner, the holder of that, the private key of that address can read it. So the idea was that it can be useful in cases, say, where I've discovered a critical vuln in a contract and I want to send a message to someone, to only the owner of it. So I can find the privileged address in the contract and then send them a message. So you wouldn't use it to be like, hey, well, what's up for dinner? It'd be useful for like, I'm going to own you if you don't give me 10 grand or something.
So the message is stored in the data paper?
Well,
no.
it's stored as data on chain.
Okay.
Which is unfortunate, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's low bandwidth.
It's effectively just fired up in an event. So it's not on chain per se. It's just an event. But yeah, the rationale is we were thinking how can we potentially get in touch with a DAO hacker in a secure way? There's no solution to that. And about 18 months ago, we had some downtown at Seymour Prime, and a couple of people were like, well, let's just make this happen. The only requirement is the account that you're messaging needs to have transacted on the Ethereum chain before you try and message them, right? So that you can reconstruct their public key.
To encrypt the message.
Exactly. If you want it encrypted, that is.
But you would have to wait for every smart contract. No.
They cast.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you knew their email address, you could encrypt it and send it to them manually, but you some shit you don't know it.
All right. Any other questions, or we'll just wrap it up there then? Cool. Thanks again, Alex.